Hello, hello, my dear friends. How are you all? Welcome to Divine Debut. And this is Kathy speaking to you. Hope you are all doing well. Today, the 6th of April of 2022, I'm just doing a quick astro update as I haven't done one for a while. Usually at this time, I'm doing the Messenger is Here tarot reading spread. But I thought today, because we are going to premiere the Twin Flame Soulmate reading later on today, you can check it out. So it's showing premiere for the time. So you can join us there as we're taking personalized handwritten love cards. So I thought, let's do an astro update as the astrology is extremely important. It is a very important day today, my dear friends, as Venus, as you can see here, Venus has ingressed into Pisces. Okay, and for those that are wondering, I've got 0 Aries. I always have 0 Aries so that I can help the newbies concerning astrology to be able to follow, as this is the natural zodiac, how it's set up with 0 Aries. So just to give you an idea, those that are more obviously experienced, you can, you're obviously going to have your rising sign here, so I don't know where that falls for each of you, okay? So then obviously the story changes, but what's important to note, and happy birthday if you're an Aries, as the sun is still moving through Aries, cardinal fire sign. So it's all about taking action. There's a new season. We've just recently had a new moon on Chiron, right? So that first new moon of the new astrological year took place on the 1st of April, on April Fool's Day. And those that are on Patreon know, as we go into the finest details, they get to listen to the mythology, and they see they get to visualize and learn about the new moons, full moons, and the month ahead for the whole of April. Those that are on tier 3, those on tier 2 get the new moons, the full moons, the eclipses, of course, and obviously everyone on Patreon gets the extended, all the 12 extended signs for the tarot for the month. Anyway, and you may consider joining us, as we also do free giveaways. We have 3 lucky winners every month. Anyway, my dear friends, so yeah, I've looked into the new moon in Aries, spoke about Chiron and his mythology and what he's all about, which is really, it's an open wound that we've been born with, or that we've experienced during our childhood. Could be from a previous incarnation, and we're here in this incarnation to work through it, but it's also a solution, a resolution, and that's what the sun transiting through Aries is all about. And we've also got Mercury here, Mercury, which is very youthful, very much, it speaks to children, it speaks to health, communication, collaboration with others, business, any form of writing, speaking, publishing, health matters is Mercury. So Mercury in the sign of the courageous, Aries, the ram, right, which goes head in first. This is the beginning. As we see it in the natural horoscope, it's the first house. So what I love about today, as I was saying, is that Venus has ingressed into Pisces, where she's exalted. She loves being in Pisces, so she works her magic. She's stepped into the sign of her exaltation of Pisces, and we also see for Pisces people, this is very important, obviously, and Pisces is a mutable sign, so it does affect all the mutable signs So Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius and Gemini, very, very important for you guys. And not to say that we don't everyone, all the signs have got Pisces somewhere in the chart, but it speaks more magically to those that it is more important for. So, and also it's going to be very positive for all the water signs, as it is in a trine connection to the water signs, right? So Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are also very blessed. I mean, Scorpio and Cancer don't really have to do much. It just, the luck just comes to them by magic. For Pisces, it's wow, Pisces. So incredible for you, and especially as well for Virgo. Since if we look at Virgo, Sun and rising people, this area here would be the people opposite them. So their relationships, romantic and other relationships. So Jupiter and Neptune, which also rule Pisces, right, they're both together. They're coming to conjoin. They're going to be exact in a few days on the 12th. And wow, that's a big deal, my dear friends. It really, really is. This hasn't happened for these two giant planets to meet up since 160 years going back. So it's a one-off thing. We're never going to experience it again. So take advantage of this magic. Right, and it's really interesting also that it's in really good aspect. I mean, their conjunction is in really good aspect to the South Node, so it's connected through a trine. That's very helpful. It's something that we don't really need to do. It's like, this is help from God, from Spirit, to shed any difficult karma of the past, anything that is not necessary anymore in our lives. Okay, and of course, the South Node in Scorpio, the fixed signs, North Node in Taurus. Those of you that are Taurus and Scorpio, it's very, very important for you as you're going through fated life changes. But again, I'm going to say we all have Scorpio and Taurus somewhere in our chart. In which area is it for you? That's what you need to think about. And not only does it affect Scorpio and Taurus, but this is the fixed cross. So if you think of it, it's a fixed cross, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius and Leo. Very important for you guys as well. And so Spirit is helping us to shed any difficult karma, anything that is not necessary for us anymore. And we need to sort of, it's like, taking off the weight and being able to feel, a sense of feeling lighter so that we could grow towards the North Node. And that's, of course, getting out of our comfort zone. So we are facing a Venus-ruled sign, which is Taurus, right, my dear friends, Taurus, right? And Venus is love, money, values, self-worth, property, food, anything that makes us feel good and comfortable. That's what Taurus is. Now, it's fixed earth, so it's very much about digging one's heels in, insisting on staying in the status quo, but the nodes being here in fixed signs say that you need to get uncomfortable because change is necessary, change is healthy. And we've also got Uranus helping us make those changes, which Uranus is Tower moments, right? There's also a lot of changes pertaining to our money. I mean, Taurus and Scorpio, they're the money axis. So Taurus is the money that we have, and Scorpio is the money that comes through from others. And Venus, which rules Taurus, has just stepped into a very positive sign. Thinking back in November when she retrograded up here, my dear friends, she's been transiting through Saturn-ruled signs. So Capricorn and Aquarius are both ruled by Saturn. Aquarius, of course, is also ruled by Uranus. And we know, Saturn, the Saturn-Uranus story has been unfolding ever since last year, the beginning of last year. Now, at the beginning of this year, we had occurrences again when they were close enough to be squaring. So we saw so much going on, and the beginning of, the war in Ukraine and Russia. And on that note, I'd just like to send my wishes out to those people that are suffering, those that have lost loved ones. I'm going to say God help bring peace, love and harmony to the world, and let this war finish yesterday. Just a moment of peace, a moment of silence for those that are in hardship. Our love and blessings go out to those. And Agapi's just entered. Hello, Agapi. Hello, sweet pea. So, yeah, right now, I mean, Uranus and Saturn, which Saturn is in his home sign, right, since he rules Aquarius, but Uranus, of course, rules Aquarius too. So, and you could see here also that we've got a very difficult aspect connected to the nodes. So it's pointing to Saturn, Mars. They're both malefic planets. And it's been tough. The past few days has been quite gnarly. But going back to speaking of Venus, so she was transiting through two signs that are concerning Saturn. And Saturn can speak to death. I mean, in mythology, he was eating his own children, right? He's very much of the shadow, right? But Saturn, being a very tough teacher, he does speak to karma as well. So we have been going through a lot of karma, my dear friends. Saturn is very grounding. Remember, he's the ruling planet of Capricorn, which Capricorn is, it's a steep climb. Remember the mountain goat. I mean, if we look at Aries, which is where the seed is birthed, right, the fool's journey starts here. So by the time we get to the 10th house here at the midheaven, which is Capricorn, and Capricorn I see very much as the Emperor and Empress. It's where we've grown, we're on our way, on our journey, right? We've interacted with others, we've figured out our personal lives. Now it's all about getting out there in the world and being a leader. That's what Capricorn is. Capricorn is leadership, it's governments, it's ruling, right? It's being at the top of one's game here. And then she ingressed into Aquarius, where she's come face to face with Saturn, and Mars was following. So she's passed over Saturn, and she felt a sense of, detached and getting freed, because at one stage she found herself in between Saturn and Mars, dear friends, which the two malefics she felt closed in. Now, ever since recently, she passed over Saturn. And in Aquarius, it's all about getting detached, a sense of freedom, a sense of intelligence, a sense of newness, like moving towards the future. So she's now ingressed into the place where she feels very comfortable. So it's as though she's been freed from something that was holding her back, something that she needed to work through. And of course that would speak to relationships for all people, but also our money, our values, what has been holding us back, what did we need to work through karmically. But just a couple of days ago we had Mars coming up to Saturn, and that was very, very harsh. We know Mars is fire. It rules Aries and it rules Scorpio. Scorpio is desire. So fire, desire, the ability to want to connect very deeply, but to take charge, have the courage to move forward. So anything concerning our desires was blocked by Saturn, who is very cold, right? Very cold, very limiting. So even the weather was very cold as Mars was coming up to Saturn. I don't know if some of you guys realize that. So I do feel a lot that obviously the astrological weather does make a difference with the actual weather. And here is the, pressure point, the two squares pointing towards this area here of the malefics, right? So this is what we need to to focus on and to work through. Take a deep breath, take a step back, because this is a very, very dangerous but also very challenging new cycle that is being birthed, right? And it's going to be a 2-year cycle. So look back 2 years ago, which is a cycle that Mars is closing when he conjoined Saturn. Same goes with Venus, my dear friends. So just recently, I mean, Venus closed up an 8-year cycle. For some of you, it could be a 16 or a 24-year cycle. It will be different for each of you. Some of you could even be a 4-year cycle. And so she started a brand new cycle. Venus takes about 1.5 years to go around the zodiac, so 1.5 years from now. And then Mars takes a couple of years, 2+ years, to do the cycle. So brand new cycle has been birthed pertaining to this challenge here. So Mars is the courage, Saturn is the blockages, but we need to stand in integrity, do the work, which is what Saturn demands. Remember his limitations, but he's also like the building blocks, where we're building on a new foundation, and it's not easy, but it's very much about receiving the rewards when, you know, the Lord of Karma feels it's important, or it's timing. And of course, when Mars is going to enter Taurus, it's going to be the first quarter square, which is going to be challenging. We may see results. Keep this in mind when Mars is transiting through Leo. See some results on what's been birthed here, which is very fated, my dear friends. Same goes with Venus. Same goes with Venus. Same thing. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how you felt. How did you feel the energies of Venus yesterday? Last night for me, it was, oh my goodness, signs, synchronicities. I'm a Virgo rising, so Pisces is my house of relationships with others, partnerships as well. So I had so many just things were being shown to me one after the other. It was just magical. It was very, very dreamy, very like getting lost in a bit like a cloud. And I'm not talking about sleep time, which Pisces is the natural house of sleep, right? It is the 12th house, which also many times can speak to needing to close up a karmic cycle of the past, anything that made you feel blocked. And Venus is going to come up and conjoin these two big players towards the end of the month on the 28th. And we've got a solar eclipse, my dear friends, a brand new moon in Taurus. I mean, last new moon was here on the 1st of April. So April is a very special month where we're having a new moon on the 30th. For some of you that are ahead in time, it will be on the 1st of May. Those in the southern hemisphere, I would say, 1st of May. So a solar eclipse, new moon, and we know that the moon loves being in Taurus. So it's going to be important. And again, it does have to do with Venusian matters because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Venus from Pisces, which is in sextile, is very supportive. This is very magical indeed. So expect fated events to be playing out. They're already playing out, my dear friends, as we're in eclipse season already. Okay, because eclipses can start showing the, you know, we're going through events that are very life-changing. Even, you know, a few months before, a couple of months before, the closer we get to the conjunction, well, the conjunction of the sun and the moon, which is a new moon, right? Or even, you know, sun and moon opposition, which is a full moon, which we will be having a full moon in Scorpio, so around the 16th of May, so that will be a lunar eclipse. So yes, eclipse season is here, but there is so many blessings here. Very, very good time to create. Those of you that are in the arts, that you do anything creative, imaginative. I mean, Pisces is the imagination, right? It's anything that, it's like that cloud, like lying on a cloud, being on cloud 9, if we could call it. And I'm going to say cloud 9 is a very good statement that describes what's coming up now. We've sort of passed the beginning of April, which was very challenging. Now it's like really, really excellent looking forward. I love it. And please note that at the end of April, on the 28th, hold on, 29th, around about then, Pluto will be retrograding. So Pluto obviously is practically stopped right now. He's halting, so he could, station and turn retrograde. And he's on a very important degree, 27th, 28th degree. This is where Mars is exalted. Oh, and Venus will be conjoining at the 27th, 28th degree here with Jupiter and Neptune. It's going to be exactly at the 27th plus some minutes degrees. So that's also the degree of exaltation for Venus. So really important things going on, really. And as I said, do consider joining us, as there's a lot that we are going into, a lot of information. We're looking back to the past. We're looking ahead into the future, into the astrology. So if you are an astrology lover, Patreon is where you need to be. Now, obviously, the North Node is also trining over to Pluto. And once Pluto retrogrades, there's no other retrograde planets. So right now, it's all about moving forward. So we're starting to sort of get into the retrograde season. So, yeah, we've had a good window of opportunity with all planets moving direct. But it's also very interesting that there's a lot going on in this area of the chart. So it's quite lopsided. This area is totally bare. So there are imbalances. I mean, you can look at it like that as well. Anyway, so the magic starts, my dear friends. Remember I said it's the mutable signs that will be in square and in opposition to this magic here. Now, don't think of squares 90 degrees. Do not think of them as being really harsh. I mean, it's when you need to, it's like you're pushed to make the changes. And the changes are you need to be proactive. And when you are proactive, you see the results. So I love squares. Do not look at them as very negative. So for Sagittarius and Gemini, this is great. And obviously you've both, with the nodes having transitioned through your signs recently, you've been going through a lot of hardships and life changes, but I feel that there's a lot that is really blessed for you right now. I mean, if we look at Jupiter, who rules Sagittarius, right, again, they're connected by a square, but for Sagittarius, it's going to be very productive. And because they've got the help from their ruling planet Jupiter here. Now, beware on the negative side that this could be something that you've imagined, or maybe you've been wearing those rose-colored glasses and something will be shown to you, because Jupiter is going to bring the truth from the illusion of Neptune. Now, Neptune can speak to propaganda. We see on a worldly level with the war, there's so many lies and propaganda, so much they've painted a picture which is totally untrue. And I do hope that people will get to see the truth, because there is just so much crap that we should not believe. Take off those rose-colored glasses and see things from a different perspective, not from the perspective that is being shown to us. It's like, think of it, it's like a puppet show, right? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The puppet show, you see the puppet, I mean, many of us have been taken for a fool about what is true and what is not. And there is so much propaganda, and it just really is very sickening. It really is. But I do feel that this conjunction with Jupiter and Neptune, because Jupiter is justice, it can speak to legalities, it speaks to politics, it speaks to mainstream media. There is going to be so much that will be shown that people's rose-colored glasses they won't have a chance to take them off. They're going to be flying off, whether they like it or not. There's a lot that's going to be uncovered. A lot of disclosure, which I'm really happy to see, because that's also what Mercury is going to show us. As not so long ago, Mercury conjoined with Pluto 3 times. This was very important, very, very important. And we're going to see also that as Mercury will pass through Taurus, in the time of passing through Taurus, he's going to start to prepare to retrograde. He's going to retrograde in Gemini and part of Taurus. He's going to be very powerful. So that will be when, more than likely, and from now on anyway, we're going to be getting lots of pieces of information. Lots of pieces of information, yes, where there have been injustices. Things need to be put straight. Karma can be a bitch, my dear friends, where it comes back and it bites us in the butt. And I do feel that karmic justice and things will be put straight. We know the last couple of years have been very damaging for humanity. Really, really transformative. And remember that Pluto is very powerful at that degree. So a lot to do with the leaders. So much is changing, even with the US. The USA going through their Plutonian return. Those of you that are interested in that, we do talk about the US Sibley chart on Patreon. Anyway, my dear friends, as I'm doing this astro update, the moon is transiting through Gemini, so emotionally maybe we're needing to make decisions, or whether we're going to share, that subconscious, that those depths of our subconscious, whether we're going to seek the clarity or make a decision, or just unpack our emotions, right, and have those important conversations, which is Gemini right now. And yeah, Gemini is thoughts. It's perception, it's mutable air, so it's all about thoughts, perception, communication, and moving forward. Decision making is very important. A lot of even emotionally, sort of through doing the work, we're like changing our positions. What else is important to note here? Yeah, I'm just looking at Hygeia here, the asteroid of health, which is right in opposition to Uranus, and Hygeia being all about health in Scorpio, which can speak to poison, can speak to medicine as well, depth, emotionally, unpacking, letting go of, I see Hygeia in Scorpio as being at a very low, pertaining to our morale, depression, anything like that, sort of needing to dig deep to shed anything to do with fears, or connecting on a deep level emotionally, and not fearing, emotionally, physically, as well as Scorpio. And it can be quite life-changing, right? Uranus does bring tower moments, and it brings great changes pertaining to matters of love, value, self-worth. So there's an opposition. The smart thing to do is to use the middle ground. So yes, connect, move away from fear. This is where the South Node is, and do the work. Taurus is stability, right? It's also coming from a place of love, and knowing that you are worth the connection, the situation. You are good enough, right? Okay, I think I think I will leave it there, my dear friends. I mean, Mars is, I'm sure, soon to exit and enter into Pisces, which is going to bring more movement, more about moving forward, having the courage. And we also, just lastly, we've got Juno here on Mars. Juno is the asteroid of commitment, marriage, and that's showing at a very big peak and pressure point pertaining to fated events and having gone through a difficult chapter. And as I said, a lot will be revealed, even where relationships are concerned. This is the time now of dreaming, imagining, painting that picture and having the courage to move forward. If you're in a difficult commitment, marriage, relationship, partnership, and you've felt blocked, it's time to do the work, get yourself unblocked, close up a karmic chapter that's been holding you back, and, you know, get on your horse and take action. Get in your car and press that accelerator, move forward. That's what Aries, the warrior, right? Mars, he's going to war, you know, he's going to take action. He's going to start that journey. He's going to go on that adventure, right? All right, my dear friends, very, very important times for relationships, so whether it's from country to country, to business relationships, to romantic, to committed. All relationships are very pivotal right now. So a lot of people are breaking up. A lot of people are making up. So I don't know on which side of the pendulum you're on, but that's what it's about right now. So as I said, magic is in the air. We're all moving forward. We're in eclipse times. So let's leave it there, my dear friends. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear your comments, and don't forget to join us on the Twin Flame Soulmate reading, which will be premiering today. Make sure you comment beneath the video so that we could answer you, get you a message pertaining to love. It could be a thought or words that have been spoken or will be spoken. And again, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for commenting, and those of you that are on Patreon already, thank you so much. Oh, I almost forgot that I need to let you know that I am soon to be putting a stop on personal readings. So until further notice, it could be 3 months, it could be 5, I don't know. I've got no idea at this time. But I'm making I'm going to make it that those that are on Patreon that are supporting Divine Debut, they will still have the option to get a personal reading from me. And why I'm putting the personal readings on hold is because I need some time, right? I've been going for 6 whole years without a break, and just I need to be a little bit, you know, on the human side and not a robot all the time. So those that are on Patreon, those that are and will join us on Patreon as well, will still have the option for a personal reading. And that's not me discriminating. It's because Patreon people are supporting Divine Debut. They're my lifeline. So I need to be able to give back to them because they give to me. And it's only fair. That's how I see it. And I'm going to put a link beneath this horoscope. A friend of mine, a beautiful friend of mine, ex-client, I've known her for years. She's started her own YouTube channel. Yes, she's called Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. And she does a different spread. So check her out, and I would love it if you comment. If you listen to one of her videos, if you could please comment beneath the video that that divine debut that Kathy has sent you, and that Kathy says hello, so that she knows that you've heard from me. So yes, that's just what I like to do. I like to be able to help others if it's possible. Some of you that speak Spanish, because she also translates, she does readings in Spanish. So those of you that are Spanish speaking, you may especially be interested. She does English and Spanish. So check her out, my dear friends. She's a beautiful soul, lovely lady. So yeah, is there anything else that I need to let you know? I think that is it. I think that's all I needed to let you know. So we'll leave it there, my dear friends. I'm hoping that you will join us later on today. And thank you so much for your love always. Sending you lots of light, lots of blessings. And I would love to hear your comments about how you felt Venus as she ingressed into Pisces. Love you all so much. Talk to you soon. See you later on today. Ta-da.